Hey guys, Lucas here in Vintage Surplus, and today we're going to dig into part 2 of the 48-hour kit, and that is going to be the kit you wear with that backpack. Part 1, we went over the assault pack and went over a basic packing list for that assault pack that gets us to the better part of 2 days worth of food, water, shelter, everything in between. So if you haven't watched that, I do recommend you check it out, or check it out in the full-length version we're going to have as well. So let's dig into the kit of the 48-hour kit. All right, so this is a two-piece kit I have for this 48-hour kit setup. It's a chest rig, a tap, and a belt, a padded USMC sub belt. We're gonna dig into the tap first and go over what I've got in there, on there, and kind of a why-isms. The kit's really a lot easier to me than the backpack. I always end up overpacking on backpacks. I do the same with kits though too. But yeah, so let's dig into this tap first. So hopefully you can see it against this ground pretty well. Ask my cameraman, can you see this against the ground pretty well? Okay, it pops pretty well. We'll leave that in there. We'll go into magazines and on the front. So first off, on this tap, I do like tap. I still like tap. It's a great option for anybody that needs a chest rig and carry a lot of stuff comfortably with few upgrades and really get a lot of bang for your buck at the end of the day. But enough of trying to sell you something. On here, I have 7 magazines right here on my tap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in a speed reload. So that is a combat load right there. If you watched the backpack portion of this video, you saw I have 2 more magazines on there. Now, in the civilian aspect of this, you are your own resupply. So the ability to carry as many magazines as possible for the whatever situation you might find yourself in that you're preparing for, whether it's imaginary, mil sim, airsoft, you know, world ending kind of thing. If you just like to have this kind of stuff, you got to carry all your magazines. You're not just going to be able to go, hey, we're black on ammo, can we have more ammo? It's you. So you're going to see a lot of magazines on my kit today because of that. So 7 mags right away. You know, we're carrying an AR in this aspect. This is what most people are carrying. If you're carrying an AK, these kind of work okay for AKs. It's not as good for AKs as it is ARs. They're made for ARs, M4s. But yeah, so a lot of magazines right there to carry full combat load. Now on the front, I have a 1-quart canteen. Talk about water a lot in the backpack. This is just an additional 1 quart. That brings me up to, right as of right now, before we get into the belt, that's 3 1-quarts total within my kit, plus a 3-liter bladder. So I've got quite a bit of water on me. Also in the one, because it's a standard issue canteen pouch, I do like these quite a bit. I'm kind of falling back in love with them over the Eagle Industries ones, just because these little side pockets. I forgot how handy little side pockets on a issued canteen pouch are. On one side I have face paint, and on the other side I think I have some stuff in there too, if I remember right. But face paint's nice, it's easy, it's a layer of concealment. You get yourself a little bit hidden. In here, I don't have anything. I think I have more on the belt though. But yeah, face paint right there, easy to get to. In here, shot cord to my kit. It's just a like hunting balaclava, leafy one. Not that I really need it, I just like it on there. It's one more way to like just really got to get down, get a little bit hidden. Breaking up that head a little bit is really easy, really nice. Tourniquet, that's easy to get to right there. Just in a USMC tourniquet pouch. I do like those tourniquet pouches. It's the issued version of the North American Rescue ones. But yeah, just keep tourniquet right there, easy to get to on the front of my kit. I can reach with either hand. Getting into the middle, I have a USMC assault pouch. You guys know I like these. They're just a great large GP/admin pouch. And I got a good bit in here. Some stuff I'd redistribute to pockets, but I'll show you what I have in here as it is. First off, coming out there first is my compass. This is something I'd probably end up carrying in my pockets. That's what I'd like to do normally, is just shove this in a cargo pocket, thigh pocket, regular pocket, whatever it may be, and it got tied down to myself. So my compass is always easy to access and use if I need it. Second, headlamp. This is my primary headlamp. I had a spare in my backpack. I have this right here in my kit. Again, if it's nighttime, I'm gonna have this on my neck. I could carry it on my neck all the time if I really want to get it out of there. But headlamp, easy to get to. This is something you want easy access to, because if it gets dark really easily, or it gets dark real quick, you want that right there, and darkness can just kind of hit you out of nowhere. Especially here, if you're in the mountains, once it crosses the ridgeline, it might just be dark. Some spare chem lights. Having chem lights on you, easy to get to, is a really important thing. Marking, more marking within a Viz 17 panel with some chem lights wrapped up in there and tied off to it. This can make a quick foxtail, buzz saws, everything like that. This is ready to go for that kind of use. When I was in the Army, I carried almost the exact same thing as this, just in my shoulder pocket. I had one with tourniquet, one with this, good to go. So I can redistribute that pretty easily into a pocket, get out of my admin pouch, and not have to worry about it so much. From there, a little bit of 550 cord, just to have some easy to get to right there on my kit. 550 cord, you never know when you need it, from the point of you gotta lash something up on your kit because it kind of busted or wobbly on your rifle, your kit, a buckle broke, a strap broke, to making a drag line for your backpack because you gotta get down low and you gotta off your back. You can make a drag line really quick. Now going in from there more, a little bottle of Tabasco sauce, the old MRE one. You know, if you're getting tired, shooting that thing, quick, easy way to pick you up. A drink mix. I can go my 1 quart. If I picked up more water and like a standard 16-ounce water bottle, throw that in there real quick. It's an easy pick me up. Normally I'd also have maybe 1 or 2 little sweet or salty snacks, either in my pockets or my admin pouch. That just make it easy to eat, easy to grab, easy to go. From there, still more. A lighter. Just always good to have a lighter on you. Survival aspect, it's nice to have, just in general. With some tape around it. You know, you don't have to have orange duct tape, but yeah. Pens and pencils, a little more than I have in an admin pouch normally, but you can redistribute this across your kit. I just have it all in here. It's easy to grab. I can put it on, redistribute from there. Pencils wise, mechanical pencils are nice. This is actually like a construction pencil, so I can sharpen this easily in the field. I do like these quite a bit. They're big, but they're easy to use, and you don't have to worry about breaking the lead in mechanical pencil. Notepad, spare notepad for more stuff, map and protractor. Obviously maps can get bigger than this. This one's cut down to my area. I did have a map holder inside my front pocket of my assault pack. That way if I just switch maps, they're right there, easy to get to, switch them around, change out what I need to do. But yeah, also if you're in the military or just in general, you'd also have like GRGs, commo cards, quick reference cards, things like that in there along with this when your notepads are just separate. And then a multi-tool, because it's always good to have your multi-tool easy to get to. You can use this for, you know, everything. Fixing, it has a knife on it, has a saw blade on it. Not that saw blade's super useful, but it's got stuff you need in your multi-tool. And then that's empty. So that's the admin pouch. A lot of stuff in there, nothing out of the ordinary at the end of the day. And when I have my kit just sitting there, that's why you see some of the extras in here, because I'll take it out, redistribute it in my pockets. That way I don't have to leave a uniform, just kind of sitting there, prepped as much as my kit. I can just have it sitting around, hanging up, don't have to worry about it. But I put this on and I can redistribute some of those things to my pockets like I talked about. So from there, speed reload, again, that brings my magazines on my tap up to 7. I could drop this, have it to 5, be more comfortable, be a little less weight. Not too bad. My belt will make up for those extra magazines to get back to 7. But in this case, I did just throw 7 on the tap. Then I have my IFAK, and then I have some shears tucked in behind. Shears are great, just in general, to have an extra set or to have a set just easy to get to, even if that's your primary set. It's a easy way to cut stuff. It can take the place of a large fixed blade in some aspects when it comes to cutting things. Clothing, 550 cord, gear, everything like that, straps, anything thick. It's a really easy way if you have a fresh set of trauma shears, having those, good to go. And then IFAK, which is standard IFAK. So yeah, that's the tap. Nothing too crazy on the kit itself for this 48-hour portion. That's pretty standard. My belt's gonna plus this up a little bit to get this more to that 24-hour kind of kit within this, because what you're gonna see within the tap and the belt is this could support me for 24 hours just with myself. In conjunction with my assault pack, I'm hitting that 48 hours really, really easily. So let's pack this admin pouch back up and then get into the belt. Now for the belt portion of this kit. Now it's definitely gonna take this worn kit minus the assault pack into a 24-hour realm where this kit could support you for 24 hours. And we'll go into kind of how that is. But when it's worn with the assault pack, you're definitely hitting that 48 hours and maybe even a little longer, depending on how you can stretch your water. So we'll go from my right to left as far as this belt goes and talk about everything. Now this is on a USMC Padded Sub Belt. I recently did a video covering these, so if you want to know a little more, go watch that one. I did leave the suspenders off of this. I'm thinking, just based off wearing it a little more, which goes with any kind of kit you're going to set up, I might put the suspenders back on here just because it is a little hefty of a belt. Over a long period of time, I'm probably going to feel this. So yeah, let's get into it though. So I have 2 more mags right here in speed reloads. That brings my total mag on my worn kit minus my assault pack to 9 magazines, plus 2 on my assault pack, 11 magazines. That's a lot of magazines. But again, in the civilian aspect, you are your resupply. You're the only one carrying your magazines. If you don't have a good cache point, if you don't have a good way to resupply, it's you carrying the magazines, you and your team. So having all on me right then and there, as crazy as it seems, and as crazy as to think about, it's just is what it is. But I did go crazy on magazines, talked about how I could drop 2 on the tap, still be good to 7, but yeah. Do it how you will. But yeah, enough of that. So 2 magazines right there, and then going from there is a USMC dump pouch, just a dump pouch in general. Like I said when I covered the belt itself, I think the dump pouch is a great idea to have if you have the room on your kit, or if you can make room on your kit for it. Just because it's really the easiest way to retain magazines. Anything spent that you want to keep a hold of, trash, picking up extra things along the way, throw it in your dump pouch, and it's there and it's held, and it's easy to get back into. So I think a dump pouch in general is just good to have. But I do have this one here. I have my gloves just kind of sitting on here just because, you know, as my kit's sitting there, everything's ready to go on my kit. I don't have to dig anywhere else, kind of like how I talked about with the admin pouch, having a little bit of extra gear in there that I can redistribute across my stuff. My gloves are right there, easy to get to, as well as my candy. Don't want to leave home without that. So yeah, so that's the dump pouch. Now in the middle here, that's going to sit dead center, is another assault pouch. Just so much more I really like the assault pouch. In here I have some more gear that kind of is a little bit of sustainment, a little bit of survival, just in general some stuff. So we'll dig into there. So first off, I have a good bit of 550 cord daisy chained up. Just in case I need to get a 550 cord, there's a good length right there. Again, I have a lot of 550 cord on this kit at the end of the day, but when I'm talking about like the long term, the more the merrier. 550 cord weighs nothing and it takes up almost no space. So I know I have a lot, but yeah, it's in there. Some Licky Chewies for MREs, more beverage bases, some like barbecue sauce, stuff like that, stuff I can just kind of eat on the go and kind of keep myself going. Batteries, something that you could easily keep in the admin pouch of your tap or your chest rig or whatever you're wearing body armor wise. I do have right here on my belt because this is going to get worn with the rest of my kit, so I have that belt on there. And then I have another fuel strip MRE, so that brings my total fuel strips up to 5. This one I'm touching last. It's going to sit in this pouch, and I'm not going to touch it unless I really need to. Whether that be I've dropped my backpack for some reason in a patrol base, whatever it may be, and then gone elsewhere. This might be the one I touch, but I really don't want to touch this one unless I have to. So this is just kind of an emergency MRE ration, fuel strip down to main meal, a snack, and a side, or 2 snacks and a main meal. So there's that. Bandana, because you never know when you're going to need one. It's a great way to do a primary filter on water, wear it on your head to collect sweat up, cover your face up if it's real dusty outside, add some shade, things like that. So, but the little cravat bandanas, they're just really nice. I'm in here. This is in addition to the multi-tool I had in there in my chest rig, so I don't need to carry this one. Just got an extra one. But yeah, it's just another place to carry a multi-tool if you need to. As well as, in addition to the rifle cleaning, rifle maintenance kit I had in my assault pack, it's another example of where you could carry one, or more stripped down one. In my AR, I do carry cleaning and lubricant oil in the pistol grip. It's one of those mag ones you can carry it in. So I have that in there, and then just a cleaning rod, a bore snake with a attachment that fits both the cleaning rod and the bore snake, and then one of the Gerber old effect tools. And combine that with the multi-tool, I can strip down my AR, I can clean it really well, and I can use this rag, this bandana to help clean if I need. So it's just another place to carry it if you don't want to carry it in your assault pack. But yeah. And that, I think, does it for that back pouch. That back pouch is more just survival at the end of the day than anything else. It's less of mission essential, mission specific gear, and more just like, oh crap, I need this, I need that. It's in there though. So there's that. You could definitely carry I know they make some really trimmed down tarps these days that probably fit in there. Emergency blankets, emergency shelters, if you really wanted to get crazy with it. But yeah, and it's not too bulky of a pouch once it's packed out with all that stuff in there. And it's going to sit in my back, and my assault pack's not going to interfere. It's not going to interfere with wearing my assault pack. But yep. All right, next I have another 1 quart. That brings in this total 48-hour kit 4 1 quarts plus a 3-liter bladder. So I have a gallon of water in 1 quart and then a 3-liter bladder. That's a lot of water. I talked about kind of why with the backpack. I just don't have a lot of water out here to really resupply with easily. Snow, takes a while to get melted down. You know, you can fill this thing with snow, you only have half a canteen once it melts, stuff like that. So I'm carrying a lot of extra water. If I was in an environment where I didn't need that much water, I could definitely drop some canteens, be more than comfortable doing so. But yeah, so another 1 quart, this one has a canteen cup with it. So that brings me to 2 canteen cups, one on the assault pack, one on my belt. Again, if I get displaced from my backpack, I drop it. I'm out for longer than I wanted. I do have a canteen cup that I can kind of live out of, help me eat, help me boil water, clean my water, boil, everything like that. But yeah, cook out of if I find stuff to cook. In the side pockets, and one of them, I have a fire starting kit and then some duct tape. Just, you know, general repair on gear along with 550 cord. Duct tape's good to go. And then fire starting, if you know we hit that kind of need. On the other side, water purification. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier, water purification. That dang woodpecker keeps distracting me. But more water purification tablets that I can definitely, I have way more than I need for a day or 2 days in water purification. And that's just because it's easy to carry a lot of extra water purification on you and still be good to go. So there's that. Tourniquet pouch, that brings me to another tourniquet right there on my kit. That's easy to get to and use if I hopefully never have to. And then here, this pouch is going to serve a couple different purposes depending on what you need. In this case, I just have some binos in there. I'm in Colorado. It is longer range. The woods aren't terribly thick. From the mountains, it's easy to get to a high vantage point. On the plains, you can see for quite a while. Having binos, easy to access, easy to get to, is going to be something that I think you should have. You can redistribute this across your kit how you want to, though. This can also be the nods pouch. Get this padded up, put some nods in there, or not padded, depending on how you want to live, riskily or not. Gosh, that's a cool woodpecker. Birds just keep distracting my videos. It happens all the time. But yeah, so I have binos in that one. What kind of brings me into the nods equation of this whole kind of kit, the 48-hour kit aspect. So if you're wearing nods, that means helmet or some sort of skull cap of a variety. Now, if you don't always want to wear your helmet around because you're wearing a chest rig in this case, maybe you're wearing body armor and you're wearing a helmet with it, or it may be, but you don't always want to have your helmet on. This is going to get strapped to your assault pack. I know it's a little awkward. Depending on your assault pack is going to really change how that straps down. But, you know, some sort of ballistic helmet or a bump helmet is the easiest way to wear nods. Skull caps, just none of them are perfect, and they all do some things better than each other. So helmet, in the case for nods, strapped or worn, something like that, or you have a skull cap, or you're not rocking nods because you ate a lot of carrots as a kid. So one way or another. That's where I would keep nods. I was keeping nods, or I could redistribute them across my kit somewhere else, keep my assault pack, something like that. Everybody has their own opinion on where to keep nods. Do what works best for you. So yeah, but for now, I have binos in here. So that's the belt, and that is the 3 components of our 48-hour kit. All right, so that ties up the 40-hour kit, the kit worn portion. So as you can see, you know, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of water. It weighs a lot. I need to weigh this because it weighs a decent chunk just because of magazines and then having all that water on there. A little bit of sustainment, survival aspect to it as well. But that's that kit. So feel free in the comments below, critique, correct, add to, take away, subtract. Let me know your thoughts, what you do differently in those comments below. I'd like to know. I'm sure other people would like to know as well. But go over there and get to doing that. And let me know if you like this kind of style video. It's been a while since I've done a kit breakdown like this. It's been a good while, and it was fun throwing this together. If you have any sort of situations, you know, mission sets that we can kind of support with the video, love to do so. So leave some ideas in the comments. But 48-hour kit is kind of something that, you know, it's easy to roll with. It's a lot of gear at the end of the day, especially in the civilian aspect, which I'm trying to focus on more these days because, you know, supplying yourself as a civilian is really hard compared to the military because you don't have that external support unless you have a large group or a large base, something like that to work with. So enough of that though. But yeah, make sure, comment, subscribe, leave a like or comment below, words. Head on over to the website. Pretty much everything I've covered within both these videos, or, you know, the one composite video, whichever one you're watching at this point, we have in stock on a regular basis for the most part. If you can't find it, make sure to sign up for emails or hit that notify me button on the listing. So that way you know as soon as it gets back in stock. But otherwise, appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.